Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dominion Gaming TV. My name is Wolf, and I'm bringing to you some more Starcraft 2 action. Let's introduce our two players playing for Team Karnage. His name is Pad. And his opponent, spawning in the red, up in the top left-hand side of the map, his name is MrPoeplap. Alright. So, we have ourselves a ZVP, which will be quite interesting. We will see what is happening here. I'm going to use this short time that I have been given to talk about a little bit what's happening on the channel. Currently I am doing two different series, which will come irregularly. They are three different series. That's the casting, which you guys know about because you're obviously watching it, and then there is the Who is Dominion Gaming series, where I will be interviewing current and former members of Dominion Gaming, and with that we will talk about them, who they are, and what they are doing at the moment, and who they were for Dominion Gaming. So that is a thing. And the other series is, I guess, a new and not so improved version of the weekly rant that we did ages ago, where we got to number 5. But basically, there's just going to be two of us and talking about a topic that we have posted. First one that we did was the Unreal Engine 4, and Battlefield 4, and then the next one was that we did the other day with Sam, was Metal Gear Solid 5, which was kind of awesome. Currently, this drone will be blocking Pad's hatchery. That is okay, because he goes pool first. He just likes to play safe, that is for sure. MrPoeplap going for the Nexus first. Now, this cannot actually be punished that heavily on this map. Even if you did a all-in roach rush, getting that cannon, the forge down, getting I don't know, 3 cannons, I guess. You have to stop that, and by that time you would have some stalkers out. So, yeah, roach rush couldn't actually be able to kill this off, but it would still be a bit of a pain, that is for sure. Ling's just going to be scouting out around the main just to check and make sure everything is fine and dandy. Now, another thing that Pad could do here, like you can do in TVZ, or when you're the Zerg, you can just take another expansion. You see the hatch first, you can just simply take that third really easily. A lot of Protoss these days, and Terrans, just go Command Center or Nexus first, and they're just safe about it. The Zerg don't actually do anything. In fact, his Nexus came in before his opponent. Now, Pad is doing the smart thing and getting that third base nice and quick, although he could have gotten it really earlier and just gone apparently greedy and getting it before you can get it, like just after you get your pool or something. The pool first was what Pad wanted, just to be nice and safe. Let's have a next score going down. After this is done, we'll be able to see what sort of tech he wants to go. A few builds that I have seen is Nexus first into air toss, and then you go, which this pylon could actually be for. Getting some Stargates down here would be pretty sneaky. But no, you could go Nexus first into 6 gate with Blink, which is kind of powerful, and you can also do the Immortal all-in after the Nexus first, just simply because of the fact that the Mothership core is quite amazing. Now, Pad can actually see, though, what his opponent is kind of doing, so over here, and wait, what? Clicking on the minimap apparently doesn't work. He will be able to see what is there. Pad does have map control right now, just being able to have all his Zerglings and whatnot around the map, as well as his Overlords. These Overlords just going to be going around to different locations just to be able to scout things out. Probe will end up going down before seeing things, so Air Toss is actually going to be his game, because he's getting that air upgrade. Otherwise, why would he be getting it if he wasn't going Air Toss? Roaches are on the way for Pad. Let's actually see if he goes for the single Stargate or double Stargate. Either way, he can do it now. Now apparently this MrPoeplap is a little bit angry. So he's getting 2 Stargates now. So I'm guessing it will be the Phoenix play. Phoenixes are actually quite amazing. They have fallen out of favor to the Oracle, but nowadays the each Zerg versus a HotS just put a spore down into their natural, and they just can't do anything, and it's kind of crazy. Along with the Queen actually being there, but then again, the what Pad could do here is just drone up a little bit and just go for a heavy roach play. That's actually a possibility here, and it can be quite scary. It's actually a pretty late metabolic boost here coming in from the 8-minute mark. So it's going to be dual Void Rays. Void Rays are actually very powerful. They do extra damage versus armored now with the prismatic alignment ability. So Pad will need to be quite wary of that. But he is sending in these overlords, so he will be able to see things if he see the things that he needs to see. Now that is actually kind of cool, the music. I didn't actually realize that was the Zerg music. Anyway, third base has been taken now for MrPoeplap. Overlord will come into the main, and we'll probably end up seeing what his opponent has. Roaches and Zerglings in the middle of the map. Going to be able to put on a bit of pressure. Now, now he will end up seeing the Void Rays there. He sees 2 of them, so he knows that it's a double Stargate. Otherwise, what else would it be? Now the Fleet Bacon is going down, so that is indicative of Tempest or more upgrades. Either way, it is going to be a bit of a pain. These Void Rays can be able to clear out all of these Overlords, so Pad will have to rebuild them. Lean's going to be sitting out just outside the third base here. Probably going to be looking to put on a bit of pressure here. Some more gateways and a cannon does go down. One thing I do like is that if you click on that, it just doesn't kill it anymore, so that's kind of cool. The Overlord, the Void Rays and Mothership Core will be able to repel that. Pad still supply blocked here. He's getting 7 Overlords right now. Probably looking just to spend that money that he has on tech, I guess. Groove Spines is on the way for the Hydras, so he will be able to outrange a lot of the airships of his opponent. Mass Hydra does actually work versus his opponent, since Corruptors just don't really work. We'll see what Pad decides to do in this situation. Getting a macro hatchery. Probably looking to take a 4th any moment soon now. Carrier is actually his opponent's game. He's going to go into that carrier production, which is actually kind of scary. But he's only on 3 bases, so he almost just doesn't have enough gas to be able to do what he needs to do. And again, these 4 Void Rays will be quite scary. Pad was just to go for a massive Roach push. He could probably end it if he just go maxed right now. So he needs to be quite careful of taking this game a little bit too late. Graviton Catapult, Shields, and +2 air weapons are on the way. All of them affect the carrier. Twilight Council now on the way. Probably looking to get the High Templars for Storms. Storms are actually very strong with an Air Toss army. 4th base being taken now by Pad. Actually, his opponent has the supply lead right now. I'm not really sure what Pad's doing. What is he doing? He's getting 8 evolution chambers? What? What? I am so confused right now. Was this on accident, or... Pad? I'll have to talk to you about this after when I see you tonight, but wow. Ling's going to be able to kill off a few of these drones here. Sees the carriers though, so he needs to be very careful about that. He'll have to get a bunch of Hydras right now and Corruptors. The Corruptors will be necessary now with the Corruption ability to be able to do that extra damage. Now, I wonder what he's going to do here, going up into that Hive Tech. Hive Tech will be helpful for him in the fact that he can get Vipers. Vipers are very handy versus Airtos, actually. If you put down the Blinding Cloud, it forces them to have to move elsewhere, and in that time they're not really attacking, especially the Void Rays. The Void Rays will be what do the damage versus Corruptors if he decides to go that route. Additional Gateway is going to be morphed in here just to be able to defend off the natural here. The third, even fourth base, he's actually got his fourth base before his opponent. Pad needs to be very careful. He's only 15 supply above it. He's sending in some roaches here, just going to be used to kill off some pylons if can. The Void Rays will come in here though, and carriers, and kill them off. Maybe one pylon will go down. No, one pylon. Yes, one pylon will go down. Creep spread coming out here for Pad. A little bit slow, but still doing it. Viper's on the way now. So this is in fact what he's going to be decided to go the Viper route to take on his opponent, but still these all these Evo chambers, I'm really confused by them. I'm not sure what he's deciding to do with this. +3 air weapons is on the way. He needs to be very careful of that. His Hydras only have 2/2. Do have the upgrade advantage technically, but not for long with that shield upgrade coming. Now, his Protoss opponent is actually getting a Robotics Bay just to be able to get up any sort of Colossus if he wants to go into that tech switch. That both of these players are just going to be actually just taking a bunch of it's just going to be taking bases, to, building up, and getting the upgrades they need to go for whatever tech switch they decide to go. Mass Hydra though. I guess this was probably for that use, to be able to use the whole energy thing on them. Either way, I'm a bit concerned. Could have just gone off the Hive. Hive takes a lot of health. There's a lot of Hydras though. Needs to keep on spreading out the creep though if he wants to be able to defend all of his bases. It's not really that spread out right now. A few drones now on the gas of each of his 4th and 5th bases respectively. Deciding just to keep that gas income because he doesn't really need the minerals right now. If we have a look at the units tab, we have 82 to 83 drones. Now the Zealot's just going to be moving it around, and looks like Mr. Pope is going to be looking to take that 5th base like Pat is, keeping neck and neck. It's a lot of Hydras though. He's maxed now. He needs to hit right now before his opponent can get any more. Now the Blinding Cloud will be the decider of this. He needs to be very careful of how he attacks this. DTs are now going to be a threat, as well as Colossus. He knows that the Mass Hydra is here, so he just starts building Colossus. This is a smart move from his opponent, but does he really have the upgrades to be able to do it? Well, +3 is on the way. Vipers are here. They will actually pull in a bunch of carriers, and they will go down, and a lot of carriers, and all of the Airtos just takes so much damage, and a lot of it goes down. Mothership Core will end up going down as well. Vipers needs to get out of there though. He needs to be very careful. A lot of Mr. Pope's army just went down there. He needs to be very careful. He's going up into the 3rd base here of Mr. Pope. Needs to do a whole bunch of damage. He's setting up the setting himself up so that he can do the damage he needs to do, but needs to be careful of storms, even though Storm isn't actually there. 3-3 is about to finish. Actually, it finishes in 10 seconds. Pad not losing any Hydras in this situation. Just going to be moving around and dancing at the 4th and the 3rd here. We're coming in here and do a bit of damage. The army is in between the 2 bases, but he will be able to snipe off some cannons and gateways here. He'll be able to do it quite quickly actually. The DPS of the Hydras is so high. Now the Vipers are actually nowhere to be seen. He needs to be very careful. He's just going to go in here. He sees the Colossus and decides to back out here. The Colossus is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Pad deciding to back out here on the creep. He will be able to back out. Getting more and more Vipers. Viper's just going to be taking the health away from these Evo Chambers. That's why he got the Evo Chambers, so he could suck the health from them. Did not expect that. Now they're both kind of even right now. Zealot's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Colossus Airtos, it's kind of the one build that you want to use all the time. But it needs to be very careful of the Vipers. The Vipers going to be able to bring them in really quickly. There's not much anti-air other than the few Void Rays and carriers. It needs to be very careful actually. Now, Katniss plating is on the way. Void Race is going to be pulled in here, and a bunch of Colossuses in air. Going to be focus firing them down. The Zealot will just melt to the DPS of the Hydra. The Hydra just going to be able to focus fire down on all of the Colossus. More reinforcing Colossus going to be coming in here, but it's just going to be too little too late. There's so many Colossus, Hydras being reinforced now. It's just going to come in here. More Colossus going to be pulled in here, and the Hydra is going to focus fire down on his opponent's Colossus, and he's just remaxed again. He's got 39 Hydras on the way. He's going to be moving out across the map now with his forces. He's got enough to be able to do whatever he wants. There's a few Archons being morphed in here, but it's just going to be too little too late. Gas being made here for each of these gas on each of these bases is just doing whatever he wants it to. Now he's going to come into the natural here, focus fire down onto the Void Rays and kill them really quickly. Sorry mate, but that does not do extra damage to light units or non-armored unit, biological units. The Archon's going to be focus fired down here by the Colossus, the Hydras. The Hydra's going to be stutter step micro against the Protoss. You don't see this happen often, but the Archons do get the damage off that they need to do, but a whole wave of reinforcing Hydras will come in here and focus fire down. The Archons go into the 4th base here and kill off a bunch of probes. Needs to be very careful. No, he's just going to go for the Nexus here. Now he's going to kill off this mining base. Bunch of Roaches being made as well. +2 melee attack is on the way. He has to be very careful. He's still producing Colossus here, but he really needed that Storm in that situation. The Hydras do ball up really easily, so Storm would have helped a lot in that situation. Now the Hydra's going to be heading towards the natural here. What does he have? He has a few Carrots and 2 Colossus, but the Hydras that should be good enough if they micro them well enough to focus fire down on all of the big units, which is exactly what he's doing. He's going to lose a lot of his Hydras though. He's actually going to lose all of them in this situation. Doesn't end up killing one of the Colossus. Another one will end up going down. No, just a bit of shield damage will happen to it. Pad is just going to remax on frickin' Ultras because frickin' Ultras are strong. This is the tech switch that Pad was looking for and setting up his opponent to not anticipate it. Spy tech is on the way if he wants to go into that. +3 shields is on the way. A bunch of Colossus is being made, but it's just going to be too little too late. Another base here is going to be taken for MrPoeplap, but I just don't see what he can do. He's building a bunch of cannons, but as I said, it's going to be too little too late. A whole bunch of Lings can be going out across the map. These Vipers need to be very careful and move out across the map with his army. He needs to keep these Overseers alive as well. Now his opponent is just going to be going Archon Colossus. It seems to be what his choice is, but he's not going to have the immortal count that he needs to verse the amount of Ultras that are on the map right now. These Ultras are going to be able to do so much damage. Now they have 5 armor and 3 attack is on the way. He's going to be able to tank so much damage with these things. He should just be able to wipe out whatever base he decides in this situation. He'll be moving out across the map. What is his total count of Ultras? It is 15. A bunch of Lings with him. He has the Vipers here. These Colossus here will end up getting taken down. They cannot retreat. The Ultras will get a complete surround on the Colossus. You don't see that happening often. Ultras were just sitting there. Now he's going to try and get a good spread here. Ultra's going to come in here, do a lot of damage. The Colossus just moves straight into the Ultras. He knows it is done, and so he's going to lose the game here. There is no anti-air right now. He's trying to produce some more units, but the Void Race is just going to be able to do a lot of damage to these Ultras. The Ultras need to back out here or else they will die. The army of MrPoeplap is like next to non-existent right now. He has a bunch of probes, but is that it? All he has is 71 probes and no army. He is going to be too little, too late. 2 Immortals coming out right now. A bunch of Lings and Hydras actually with this army as well to be able to attack these Void Rays. The Void Rays are actually the only scary part of this army right now. Now the Ultra is going to be coming in here to the 4th base of MrPoep. Now Pope is getting a little bit sad actually. It is a shame, but this base will end up going down. And that is about it for this game. Void Ray is going to be doing a bit of damage to the Hydras. Hydra's going to be backing up and then just let the Ultras tank the damage. Hydra's going to come in here and kill off a bunch of these Void Rays. Void Rays will end up going down. The Colossus will go down also. All that he has left mining is this base here and his third. His third doesn't have that many probes left on it. If we have a look how many probes he has left, he has 43. And the army of this is just Hydras being made here for Pad here. MrPoeplap leaves the game. Pad wins. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you want to know how to beat HotS, well, it's Viper Hydra. It is kind of a great army. Actually, in going to that tech switch of the Ultras, it is kind of scary because all they get is the Colossus for the Hydras, and they don't think about the possibility of Ultras. Ultras is a really good unit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Wolf. I'll see you guys next time.